Hello dear listener, TW here. Join me as I traverse 100 years of horror cinema, one flick at a time. The 1930s were not so kind to Boris Karloff. They started well with his dizzying heights as Frankenstein's monster and The Mummy in 1931 and 32, and his return to the monster in 35 in Bride of Frankenstein. However, as the monster movies waned in popularity, as the decade wore on, so too did his fame. Nevertheless, he fared better than his colleague Bela Lugosi, as Karloff had greater range as an actor. This range was on display in The Invisible Menace of 1938. The plot concerns some newlyweds trying to find a quiet space on their honeymoon. However, they are on an island that is an army base, as the new groom is in uniform. They stumble across a brutal murder, with torture, an explosive trap, and a killer on the run, foggy night, death, and attempted assassinations. Sounds interesting? Well, somewhat. This adapted stage play suffers from a lack of budget. Only one set is used as the centerpiece, with a few other locations for limited variety. The acting is effective enough, but varies between bland and ham. Functionally, this is a mystery, and the horrific elements are those already mentioned, some of which occur off-screen. The standout? Karloff. He is doing his best with what he is given, and provides a powerful yet subdued, effective but sympathetic performance. His history is detailed in flashback, which helps keep the pace moving in this 55-minute, just barely a feature film. The plot is wafer thin, but the whodunit elements are effective and the payoff is worth the investment. It is notable that a film in the lead-up to World War II, featuring a cast made up almost entirely of military types, makes no mention of conflict in Europe or the Pacific, and, as was common at the time, made no call to arms like the propaganda films that would spew forth from Hollywood from 1942 onwards. This is a strictly don't mention the war kind of film. In an era of thrillers, gangster films and mysteries, this one does not really stand out, except for the star. Seeing Karloff run rings around the other players is a thrill. While the writing is serviceable throughout, there are some odd lapses. Why is a suspected murderer held in a room full of weapons? Another typical of the time issue is the lack of courage of the studio, who likely insisted on no good characters suffering too much. After Karloff's false accusation by Colonel Bob Rogers, played beautifully by Cy Kandal, who often played authority figures, the film seems to be leading to a tragic ending that never arrives. The villain is revealed, the newlyweds finally get their quiet space together, and all is well, snap to credits. While not genre-defining, this is an enjoyable little adventure and a must-see for Karloff fans. Enjoy.